Well then, Sean Brady has basically just ended Gilbert Burns in the main event of UFC Vegas 97. And yes, Gilbert Burns is basically done. I think that's clear. He can't compete at all at the top level. Like, that was not even competitive, and it was a shame to watch, to be fair. As let's be real, Gilbert Burns has been someone who's been one of the top dogs in that welterweight division for quite a while now and couldn't do anything with Sean Brady there whatsoever. Just got completely dominated by him and couldn't even make it to contest, which was a real bloody shame to watch. But I think Sean Brady's proved he is a top guy in the division. There are many people at the top who he can cause problems. Beat them, I don't know, but he can cause people problems in the welterweight division. I mean, overall, I think Sean Brady did his thing quite well. I thought the cardio of Brady was pretty good throughout. He was able to keep the same pace throughout the 5 rounds that there were today, and did what he had to do. Kept the pressure right on Gilbert Burns. Was able to keep him up against the cage. I mean, he didn't really do anything with his wrestling at all. He was able to get Burns down, I think it was, 7 times or something like that with the takedowns, which is a good stat to have on Sean Brady. Burns never really gets taken down much at all because Burns has got a real good jiu-jitsu background. He's got good takedown defense usually, but couldn't do anything to stop Brady today. So fair play to Brady on that. But it is clear that Burns is past it, though. But yeah, Brady was, Brady was good with the takedowns, got full guard at times as well, got some good control time, but did nothing when he had Burns down, though. Did absolutely no damage. It was like in round 3 where Burns probably had his best flurry. That was it. But overall, Burns just didn't do enough. Burns was getting pieced up on the feet. Burns didn't even land over 100 significant strikes in that fight. To Sean Brady's over 200. So, Sean Brady was piecing Burns up on the feet, to be fair, landing the way better shots, pressuring him a lot, and Burns couldn't deal with it. Burns couldn't even set up his own shots, which was a shame to watch because Burns is usually pretty good on the feet, setting up his shots well, good power as well, which really makes you think. There was none of that today from Burns. Didn't throw enough, couldn't set up the right shots, and yeah, at the end of the day, I do think with Sean Brady, when he does come forward with that pressure style on the feet, just coming forward with that, with landing some good shots, he can be open for counters. But Burns just wasn't clever enough to see them and really go for something. But I do think when Sean Brady fights, better strikers at the top level, such as Leon Edwards, stuff like that, Jack Della Maddalena, I think he'll start to get countered a bit more when he fights guys like them. That's what I think. And, Burns probably in his prime would have been able to see more holes in Sean Brady's stand-up game. But now at this point in his career, he can't do that. And that's a real shame to see, if I'm being honest. It's a real shame to see from Gilbert Burns. But he is old now. He's getting old, and he hasn't really been getting the results. I mean, yeah, he's 38, hasn't been getting the results that he ideally want recently. I mean, it was clear, it was bloody clear to see from the Bilal fight that just wasn't really 100% the same. Yes, he was carrying an injury going into it, but then the JDM fight, was just wasn't great from him at all, to be fair. I mean, he arguably got robbed against Hamzat, but at the end of the day, that was probably Burns' last real fight in his prime. You could arguably say Burns could have done a bit more when he was in there with Masvidal. It's just that, the jiu-jitsu side of Burns wasn't there today at all. He was just getting bullied basically by Sean Brady. And that's not what you're used to seeing by Gilbert Burns at all. You're not used to seeing, be getting bullied a lot like that on the ground as well. That it just wasn't normal at all. So it's very clear to see for us that, it's just not great from it's just not looking great from Gilbert Burns at all. Bilal Muhammad was able to get the better of Gilbert Burns a lot on the feet. And, got a good few takedowns on him as well. But, Bilal got a lot, got the better of Burns on the feet. But at the end of the day, that's very clear to see from Gilbert Burns that it's not looking great for you. And the fact that he's able to get quite bullied by Brady today on the ground, again, it's showing that Gilbert Burns clearly can't compete at this very top level anymore. And it's sad to see, to be fair. It really is sad to see. But yeah, it is what it is, I guess. It is what it bloody is. But yeah, Burns very clearly is nowhere near what he used to be. And it might be about time that he should call it today, because it's just not looking right for him. It's not looking good. He's not been looking himself for a while now. And, it's probably time to call it quits for Gilbert Burns now. I don't know where he'd go from here. But yeah, for Sean Brady, clearly very dangerous. He's a dangerous grappler. Not exactly the most entertaining fighter, though, if we're being completely real. He's not at all Sean Brady. But he's he has proved that he's a real good top guy in the division without a shadow of a doubt, Sean Brady. And there's many people that he'd be able to call issues. I reckon Sean Brady and Gary could be an interesting fight. I think Gary's too good for him overall, to be fair. But yeah, we look at that top seven now, well, top six now, should we say, because Brady's in there. Got Gary, Covington, Madalena, Rachmanov, Usman, Edwards, Bilal Muhammad, who, Bilal's already beat Brady, hasn't he? But yeah, I don't really know who Brady beats out of all of. Time will tell. Time will tell. Anyway, I'm going to end this video here. Thanks for watching this video. Chaos Beats.